Anyone who's been through medical school can relate to a time when they were taking a test and you're struggling to answer it, and suddenly something clicks. You remember a story that your professor shared when they had a patient walk in the door with this unusual symptom and an abnormal lab reading, and they struggled, but they figured it out. And those stories are powerful. They help us connect with the information, they inspire us, and they help us to remember. An author by the name of Henning Menkel once said, "Many words will be written on the wind and the sand or end up in some obscure digital vault. But the storytelling will go on until the last human being stops listening. Then we can send out the great chronicle of humanity out into the endless universe." And I think this is a powerful illustration of how storytelling is a part of our human nature. That's why I think it's really important that we learn these stories, whether that's even just reading a book about the matriarchs and patriarchs of natural medicine and knowing our history, but also connecting with current mentors that we can learn from and gain from their experience. As evidenced by things like the revitalization retreat and the gathering in recent years, which are, growing events, and as well as from my own experience and speaking with many classmates, a lot of us are wanting to have more opportunities to learn from our elders and to gain these experiences and hear these stories and get away from the enormous amount of PowerPoint lectures that we have to listen to. Not just because there isn't value in those things, they're all very important, but because those aren't what inspire us. There's also a demand for residencies that exceeds the current supply, and I think this further illustrates the need for experience over just straight up didactic learning. But this really isn't just an academic issue. Learning is a lifelong experience that can be much more beneficial and effective if we take the time to invest in mentoring relationships. And the benefits don't just go one direction either. Elders will benefit from our energy, from the newest information that we have learned, and also get validation just by the nature of having these stories heard and valued. And that's what we have to offer to our elders. But in conclusion, I think making naturopathic medicine an intergenerational experience will not only make us better practitioners, but it will further differentiate us from conventional medicine. I'm Matthew Hicks, second year naturopathic student at the National College of Natural Medicine. Thanks for listening.